All right, guys, we got some bad news for you. We have to redesign our boutique hotel in Belize.
Oh my God.
But good news is we're going to go a little bit taller,
Like ballers.
6 stories high.
For a little more dollar.
Welcome to Blaze Station. All right, guys, now that we're done with that corny stuff.
You can see why we're not rap artists.
No, we're not. We definitely have to redesign the boutique hotel because our backup house just wasn't working. We had golf carts sitting in the back. We had really no place for our laundry facilities.
Manager's quarters, break rooms.
Storage just for linens. We could have made it work. We could have fit it in, but we're like, we're not going to do that. You know, we want our investors to be happy. We want our guests to be happy. So going taller is actually going to be better.
Yeah, I'm actually really excited. So
Yeah.
basically we're taking the current design, lifting the whole thing up probably about 10 feet and recreating the ground floor. Now, the benefits, like you said, is it gives us added storage, added space to add in those things that we felt like were going to be in the way. What also helps with is that this is also going to be a destination wedding place. We also realized that we didn't have a place for rainy day backup.
So what happens is that we had a retail space on the first floor that we were going to use for retail. But because we're going 1 story up, right, that becomes the 2nd story. Now, instead of that being retail, that becomes our new banquet hall.
Yes. Banquet hall, conference space, meeting room. And I think it was a really smart idea to move that because the rooftop, we're not going to have any sort of rain cover up there. So it is an island and it's the tropics and it can rain. So we wanted to make sure that we had a space that was dedicated to that, that if people wanted to use or if we wanted to have 2 weddings at the same time.
The first floor will actually get double the amount of retail space now. So that's extra income that we're going to have for our investors. We're going to have a manager's quarters. And so that's another thing that will entice top of the line managers to come work for us. I like the fact that we'll have more storage and that the golf carts will be covered and more secure.
Yeah, we'll be able to have covered golf cart parking. So our plan is that the golf carts will be included in the guest stay because we plan to boat them in. So instead of them having to make arrangements to have a golf cart dropped off and having to pay that extra expense, we would just include a golf cart in their stay.
So our Earth suites, our first floor suites, are now going to be 2nd floor suites.
Yes.
So even our Earth suites are going to have fantastic views of Secret Beach.
Because originally those were going to be like you said, ground floor. And what I like about elevating them is that now they're not roadside. That is a very busy road, especially during high season. And it was going to be basically eye level with people riding by.
Right.
So I like that we're pulling it up off the ground and it gives people a little bit more privacy and a little bit more comfort knowing that they're not directly on the ground level where a lot of tourists and locals are driving by.
Right. It's a little bit more security too, right? So not everybody can just come up. They actually have to go up the stairs to come see you. We also like the fact that the ground floor pool is going to be elevated too. So now that becomes basically an infinity pool.
Yeah.
Look at Secret Beach. Now that our water suites was 2nd floor, now it's 3rd floor. So we keep going up. We're going to have a 3rd floor private infinity suite just for our guests.
4th floor now is the fire suites.
Right.
Oh, and also good news about that.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about the room size?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so we met with our architects and we realized that the now 2nd, 3rd, and 4th floor rooms are about 500 square feet, which is very large for a hotel room. So the water suites, we're going to keep that size, but the fire and earth suites, we're going to try and make them a little bit narrower.
Thinner.
So that we can fit a few more rooms. Now, what this does is that it'll increase our opportunity for income because you have more rooms, the more people you can have stay.
More doors,
which is great for investors. And it also gives people a better opportunity to book a room that's up high and really appreciate that view.
Correct.
So I'm kind of excited about that too.
Okay. Also, the air suite. We've also decided instead of doing 3 air suites, we're going to do 4, but 2 of them in the center are going to be 2 2s.
With a lockout in between. And these will double as getting ready suites for bride and groom at bridal parties. But also, if you have a very large family extended and you wanted to have 2 rooms, but you don't necessarily want to see each other all the time, right? Put the kids on one side, adults on the other.
Right.
Yeah.
But it'll be beautiful, like bride and groom suites,
Mm-hmm.
right? Where they can get ready and you can kind of do these like sneak peeks.
Yeah.
That'll be cute.
I'm loving the vision that's happening. You could do first looks but at the door. I'm trying to think of other changes.
I think we're going to put a deck on the other side of the infinity pool.
That is up for debate. We're going to see if
It's going to happen, people.
We're going to see if it's
Watch what
structurally
happens.
possible first.
If we did that, then that infinity pool kind of doesn't become an infinity pool. So I think that's the downside. So we're still debating it. That's why it's in debate right now.
Yeah. We're going to drop the spa and also add a gym on the new ground floor. So we've talked with some of the locals that live there right now, and they said there's no gym. There's no public accessible
They have
gym.
to go all the way back to San Pedro to actually go to a gym and work out.
Right. So we're going to add a decent sized gym and
Yoga space.
Yep, and open it up for memberships, but then also it's free for the hotel guests to use.
All right, so we're going to talk about our room designs, which I have no part of, so I'm going to sit here and sip on my coffee.
He's got some input.
No.
We have gotten some initial renderings back about the actual interior design of the different rooms. So the goal of the rooms is that each floor obviously has a theme: earth, fire, water, air. But then the individual rooms will be a different aspect of those elements.
So on our second floor is going to be the earth suites.
We want each room to be something inspired by like stones or like river rocks. And then the next room could be inspired by like greenery, ferns, lush jungle. The next room could be inspired by bamboo. And then the next room after that could be inspired by like sand and beach and those like, brown desert tones. And then on the outside...
Then on the outside, we're going to have turf for the grass. We're going to have hammocks. We're going to have a lot of lush greenery on the outside to give you that experience. So you're also going to be the closest to the family pool that's outside. Our third floor is going to be the water suites.
So the interior of these water suites are going to be designed after themes of water. So rivers, ocean. I even have an idea to do like glaciers because, there's water trapped in ice, and I think that would be a really cool aspect to use of water. Another one that could be rain, and just having the sound of rain going in the room. I think that would be very cool.
On the outside of the water suites, each individual suite will have its own plunge pool. It's going to be kind of like an infinity pool, and you're going to have the best views of Secret Beach. And our fourth floor is fire.
So the idea behind fire is to really bring in those cool elements, like lava flows, using lights to imitate fire without really having actual fire, bring in like the scent of smoke, campfire, that sort of things to really like bring you in to the element of fire when you get off on that floor.
And on the outside of fire, we're going to have, each one's going to have its own balcony, and they're going to have like gas fire pits there. But also on the fire floor, there's going to be a big community area where there is going to have another fire pit area. We can do s'mores every night. Mm-hmm. We could do some fun things with fire there.
Yeah, campfire stories.
Yeah.
I love it.
And our fifth floor is going to be air.
The thought behind air is that we really want the rooms to feel very open concept. Floor to ceiling windows let in all the natural light. The room themes might be around like clouds or wind, sky, that sort of thing, like all those things that remind you of being up in the air. And of course, it's our tallest floor. It's going to get the best breezes, and maybe having like drapery that moves inside.
Right.
The air suites are going to be so beautiful.
Right. And on the air suites, they're going to have wraparound balconies. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And the railings are going to be basically a plexiglass, so they have unobstructed views of the water.
Yes.
Yeah, it's going to be the most luxurious penthouses.
The most space. It really is going to be like the top of the line stay. It'll be the only suites with a full kitchen.
Right.
So.
And we'll also have butler service. And finally, on our sixth floor, we have our rooftop restaurant.
Yes, and so this took a ingenious finagling to make everything fit. But what we're really excited about is that the bar is both indoor and outdoor. You have both sides available. Mm-hmm. The outdoor dining space doubles as both a reception or ceremony space for weddings. We have a little alcove that pushes out, and so that can double as like altar or romantic dining in the evening.
A couple's dinner.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then along the edge, we also have indoor dining space, and that's where the kitchen will be. It's going to be an open space kitchen. So
it's going to be a chef's table.
Yeah. And then at the very, very end, kind of locked off behind glass doors, will be a private, like 6 to 8 person dining space as well. So we're really excited about the rooftop restaurant. I think it's going to be chef's kiss.
All right, guys. Thanks for joining us for our in-depth redesign of our boutique hotel in Belize.
So drop us a comment if you think we missed anything or if there's anything that you would love to see in our hotel. Let us know in the comments if you think we missed anything or anything that you would add.
Try it again.
And drop us a comment if you think we missed it.